Hi and welcome to Trader News. My name is Isha Kamdar.
And my name is Catherine McGowan.
And today we'll be doing our bi-weekly podcast, Killing It with Keisha. Thanksgiving's this weekend. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's a fun holiday. You just eat a lot. So what are you doing this Thanksgiving?
I'm not exactly sure yet. I know my sister is coming home from college. She goes to NYU, and she's currently in DC for her program.
Wow.
So she's coming home tonight, so I'm excited.
That's
We're
really
close,
exciting.
so. Yeah, and then what else? I definitely gonna have like a family dinner Thursday, obviously, because Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then Friday is Black Friday.
Yeah. Have you ever participated in a Black Friday ever?
Yes. Okay, so
Yeah.
last year, me and my mom and I, after dinner, Thanksgiving dinner, we went out at 8 or 9 p.m. and we stayed out till the next morning at 10:30 a.m. and we went to the mall, Target, like a ton of different places. We didn't really get that many deals, but it was still a lot of fun and we bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's about the experience.
Yeah, it was so
That
much
sounds
fun.
like fun.
I really like it. What are you planning on doing this Thanksgiving?
Well, for Thanksgiving, my whole family's coming to my house, and I have a half-sister.
Mhm.
Her name's Lisa, and she lives in Queens, and she's coming over. It's our first Thanksgiving we're spending together, so that's exciting.
That's so cool.
Her and my brother-in-law are coming over, and my grandparents and my uncle and his family, and it's going to be exciting.
So fun.
So, yeah.
Are you doing Black Friday?
I don't know yet, maybe. We'll
Maybe.
see.
I definitely encourage Black Friday. It's so much fun. I love shopping, so that's probably why. Do you ever do Cyber Monday?
Of course. Online shopping is like my life. I literally haven't a problem. It's that. Are you doing Cyber Monday?
I haven't actually done Cyber Monday yet. Probably because like the whole credit card release information thing where things get stolen or whatever. But I think I might do it this year and buy some clothes.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. But Thanksgiving's all about giving thanks to your family, so make sure you give thanks to all your loved ones.
Yep.
I shout out to my family. Love you. Anyone you want to shout out to?
Sure. Shout out to my family again.
Love you.
Yeah. Family, friends, whatever.
Okay, so now we're moving on to our next story, which has to do with the Mike Brown, the Ferguson case, which I'm sure you've heard a lot about. It's been all over Twitter. It was exploding yesterday. And we are just going to share information that we came across. So basically, a police officer shot a black teenager 8 times as he was running with his hands up. The body was left in the street for hours. And people claim that it's a racist shooting because black men are killed every day nationwide by police officers, and it was devastating and mobilizing because it reminded people of many other cases in which unarmed black people have gotten killed for no reason, like Trayvon Martin. That the officer is not guilty. There's nothing. Nothing. So basically, got away with murder. There's a lot of different views on this. So there's a lot of tweets, so I'm going to read off some tweets that were all over Twitter. Chris Saka, at Saka, says, "My dad was a prosecutor. I'm an attorney. I work in the DA's office. I've never seen a prosecutor work so hard to exonerate a killer." At HRHTIWA says, "Doesn't take 100 days to decide if murder is a crime. It takes 100 days to figure out how to tell people it isn't." Hashtag Ferguson decision was trending on Twitter last night. Another tweet is by at D_sassy1NE. "My 7-year-old son just said, 'Don't worry, Mom. If we want to live, we just have to stay home. I'm turning off my TV. My heart just broke.'" So basically, everyone is having mixed reactions about this.
And in Ferguson right now, apparently there's like a bunch of riots going on.
Mhm.
People are burning down. I think they burned down a Walgreens or something.
Mhm.
They're burning American flags and just like going crazy because of this.
Right. They are basically just saying how America is not really serving justice to people who deserve justice. And I just think that the way to solve violence is not by violence. So
Yeah.
if there is a way of solving the situation, the riots are getting out of control. But, I mean, it's always good to voice your opinion since we are in America and we're supposed to be a free country.
And on Twitter, I saw something about article where the parents of
Mike Brown.
They released something saying how they didn't want people to be causing violence and how they wanted people. They have apparently a movement, like they're protesting silently and they're trying to get people to protest silently with them, not being crazy and stuff, which I think is really smart of them
Yeah.
to do, and not be like, guys, go crazy.
Yeah. And there's obviously nothing wrong with protesting because it is an issue that's going on.
Mhm.
It's just the best way to do is probably not violently.
Yeah.
And one other tweet that I read, which was at GoGreen18, said, "The police murder a kid, the media defames him, the system protects his murderer. And all of our leaders are saying, calm down. Hashtag Ferguson decision." And lastly, there was also this movement going on Twitter saying that, like, for kids to sort of go on strike at school today, so to wear something different in their outfit that's, like, wear black or a pin, and if people ask about it, just talk about the Mike Brown case, and for people to not stand to the salute to the flag. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I guess it was because the explanation was that how the Pledge of Allegiance says that for liberty and justice for all, a lot of people think there isn't justice or liberty for all. So I think nationwide, a lot of kids have not stood for the Pledge of Allegiance today.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think this is just like a really controversial topic. There's no right or wrong answer. Anything you say about this really, like, somebody's going to disagree with you, somebody's going to agree with you. There's always going to be problems about this topic. It's There's no, like, right answer to this. Like, everyone's opinion is different.
And to see what people's opinions are and where everyone's head's at, we're going to interview a few people. So we're starting out with Amber Simmons, if you'd like to join us at the table. Hi, Amber.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Tell us about your opinions on the
whole Mike Brown
Brown
situation,
Ferguson
Ferguson
case.
case. You dig, like, the...
Okay. I'm at a loss for words because it really just makes me mad, and I'm not really surprised at it because, like, people have tweeted this has happened before. It's just, as many times as it happened, people aren't realizing that it is more a race issue. Like, he was completely unarmed, his hands were up, right, as you were saying?
His hands were up.
And he was shot over 5 times. Like, I just don't understand. It just really upsets me. Yeah.
Do you agree with the violent protests? Like, if you were in the cities that were doing this, how would you feel about that?
Like, obviously, like, violence isn't great, but I don't blame them because it's obvious just telling people that it's wrong isn't getting anywhere, so they're trying to prove a point. So, I mean, I think they should do whatever they have to do because people still don't get it, that it's not alright to just shoot a guy because he's black. Like, I have 2 older brothers, and, like, what are they supposed to never wear a hood?
Exactly.
So it's like...
I understand. And do you think that the media is sort of flipping the attention around by saying that people are reacting the wrong way to cover up for the faults of the police officer? Like, taking
definitely.
attention away from what is happening?
Because, of course, nobody's looking at the big picture that an innocent black man just died. They're looking at how black people are reacting to it, but they don't know how it feels to just keep seeing this on TV. And, like, it could be their son or their brother or anybody next. So it's just... the world's a crazy place.
That's true.
And also, I think this, like, whole case basically has, like, grown into, like, not really about that Brown was, like, murdered and the murderer wasn't, like, charged or anything. It's kind of, like, going back to, like, the whole, like, white versus black person, like, problem, like, you know, it's not.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a bigger,
It's
a bigger
uprooting
problem.
a lot of issues that
bringing,
do
like,
lie
a lot
in the service of America. And while it is a free and system and, like, the whole country, there is a lot of flaws. And
they even said, like, when I was listening to the radio this morning, they were talking about how they kind of already knew the verdict because the jury was, like, 6 white men, 3 white women, 2 black women, and 1 black man, and they already had the verdict together. Before they even, like, knew about it. They just had him innocent. So it's just, like, not surprised, but, like, it still upsets me every time.
of course. And thank you for sharing your opinion with us.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, now we're going to have Tyler.
I think that a lot of people are ignoring the fact, like, the elephant in the room that Michael Brown was black. They're saying, oh, he was, a man, so he looked bigger, or, oh, he's wearing a hoodie. You're ignoring the big problem of that he was black because I can't tell for sure, but I can guarantee you that if he were blonde with blue eyes and pale skin, that the cop wouldn't have seen him as a threat. And I think that even though maybe they did think that it wasn't his fault, he shouldn't have shot him in the head. He could have shot him in the leg or tased him. There's so many ways to stop him without killing him. And I think that also... there was Trayvon Martin a couple years ago.
Yeah.
There was Emmett Till, which was back in, like, the 60s, where 14-year-old got like lynched or something for looking at like a white woman. And these things just keep happening, and until we like make an example of someone getting punished, people are going to keep doing it because they can get away with it. So I think that we really need to just really start to evaluate the race issue, because yeah, we have a black president, we have black senators, we have black teachers, black people can vote. There's still like a lot of setbacks in the fact that we're still viewed as being lower or disposable or just inferior as the people.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And there was a tweet that said, this is sort of controversial, it said that one officer doesn't represent all officers, one black person doesn't represent the whole black community, and that like one jury decision doesn't represent the whole jury system.
Yes, I saw that.
So how do you feel about that?
I think that statement actually is right, because not every white person is a racist, and not every black person is storming the streets. I mean, I did wear a black jacket, black jeans, and black shoes today for
But
the occasion.
that's
Yeah.
a fashion
But,
statement.
yeah.
Yeah, and you still can't like generalize, because then you're just as bad as people who generalize black people. But I still feel as though
It's because it's happened time after time.
yeah, like when is it gonna end?
Mhm.
Like we have to stop this and say like this is not okay. You can't get away with this. And while I do feel, no, I don't. I don't feel any pity for the officer, because it's not like he was even like a new officer. He wasn't like a seasoned cop, so he knew procedure. I don't think he should have been afraid of essentially almost a child. And I don't know. I think he was just out. He was undermatched.
If
He
you
wasn't a
were
threat.
if you were in Ferguson right now, would you be agreeing with the rioting and everything? Do you think you'd be a part of it, or do you think you'd be with Mike Brown's parents, like trying to be silent, protesting?
We can't be silent anymore,
You don't
because
wanna
then
be
they're
It's
going to
gotten
ignore
to
you.
the point.
I don't
Yeah,
believe in
too
violence,
far.
but I also believe in kind of making us think about it. And if you're upset about something, you have to be loud. And black people are becoming even more of a minority, because now they're like the third like group of like race group in the country. So we're not even second anymore. So unless we are loud and obnoxious and we storm the streets and make riots and tweet about it, use social media, no one is going to hear us. So although I don't believe with violence, you have to be heard or nothing is going to happen. And they're going to think that we just gave up. You didn't march on Washington. There's all these like things that happened in like the 20th century where black people didn't get anywhere until they started to be loud and be heard. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they were loud people and they got things done. We have to do that.
That's such a good point. Okay.
Wow.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to move to totally different topics. So now we've touched on that. And if you have any opinions on this, you can always tweet at SPFHS Radar News. So I guess we'll watch to see how this goes, where it goes. Our opinion is still up in the air. Both ways go, whether people should be rioting or not. If it was right that they voted, like said that he was innocent or guilty, all that. I don't really have an exact opinion, but these are just like
Same.
different people's opinions.
It's just like so much information to take in. Like
Mhm.
it's just too early. Like I don't know, for me, like it's just so much information.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think violence is never the answer.
Right, and I like seeing
And-
both sides of the story.
Yeah, you can't fight fire with fire, but
Mhm.
that's
And there's
like
no
my
right or
only
wrong.
opinion. Yeah, like it's like
Exactly.
so hard to, because you weren't there, so you don't know what actually happened.
And we haven't been following the case since the beginning.
Yeah,
So that's just
so.
today's information we've gathered. So now we're moving on to our, our life hacks, our weekly life hacks that we are known for. So starting out is sort of a weird one. Apple cider vinegar will remove moles, warts, and skin tags. So in case you got one of those, get some apple cider vinegar.
Okay, so you can use the bottom portion of an empty 2-liter soda bottle, so like you can cut it out and fill it with water and freeze it, and then it will make ice cubes in the shape of a flower to put in like a punch bowl or something. It looks pretty for like parties and
That's cute.
whatnot.
Oh yeah, like if you do this,
like
and
on
then
like
you
a
cut it
bigger
off.
bottle.
Cut it off.
That's-
All right, another one is that if you're up late doing homework, which is basically me every night after dance, listen to Hans Zimmer, Pandora. Music has no distracting lyrics, and the scores are intended to motivate.
And then You can put sprinkles on the bottom of your ice cream cone before you put your ice cream in the cone so that the ice cream doesn't leak out of the bottom of the cone.
Smart, and it's delicious. You can't go wrong. So now we're going to move on to our Critics Corner. Good.
We heard that recently you saw the movie Interstellar.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's a new science fiction film. The premise of the story is basically Earth is becoming no longer inhabitable. So Matthew McConaughey, the main character, and a handful of other people are to go to space basically to find another planet for which people can colonize on, start new life.
It looks so good. How did you like
stars?
it?
Yeah, how many stars did you get if you went to 5?
I'd say this is probably one of Christopher Nolan's best films, over The Dark Knight and Man of Steel.
Good.
And Inception too. I'd say give it a 5 out of 5. It was fantastic.
Wow. Awesome.
One of his best works.
Really, that's really good. Do you think that the people casted as the actors are well fitted for the roles?
I felt like they did a good job with Christopher Nolan. He likes to recycle a lot of his actors. Like Anne Hathaway was previously in Dark Knight Rises, and now she's in this.
Love her.
I thought she did a fantastic job. Michael Caine was in it. Probably people don't know him, but he was Alfred in the Dark Knight trilogy. I thought, basically all of the characters were believable. No one was like really one-dimensional.
How were the effects? Like, how is the whole?
I thought the effects were very believable, and apparently Neil deGrasse Tyson, the scientist, he said that the effects or basically all the science used in the movie was probably the most accurate to any science fiction movie.
Wow, that's so cool. Really, I remember that when the movie Gravity came out, they said that was like the closest you get to actual space, the way it is in space. So maybe that could compare. Have you seen that movie? Gravity?
Yes, for Gravity, I heard that, actually the opposite. I heard that there were a lot of misconceptions and inaccuracies with the whole movie with space and all that.
Oh, you're kidding? Oh. Well, that's good to know. That's what I thought. So now we found our new accurate science movie, space movie. So I'll definitely go out to watch it. But thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you have a great week. I'm Nisha Camder.
My name is Catherine McGowan.
And Killing It with Keisha.